Okay, y'all, I'm trying to put y'all where this sun, like a minute ago, I had it where it was. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean y'all right up against these kiwi fruits and these grapefruits. And now we crooked. And now we just special. There. I had you leaned up against this spaghetti squash. Sorry. I have been making videos since last Saturday. I made a video um, on my way to my meeting, and then I made another video after I came from weighing in, and I just made a video on Saturday. I mean Sunday. I made a video on Monday, and now I'm making one today, and this one is going to go up. I'm going to put this video up. I am laying down the title of Miss Know It All because I don't know it all. I don't think that I even intended on wearing that little, that little banner that they give you like when you win a prize or something. But I just sense that I I feel that way, you know, and it's just kind of strange to admit it, but I don't have a problem with admitting it because it's true for everybody. I mean, nobody knows everything, but for some reason, um, I was just looking at this because last week, leading up to Saturday, actually for the last 2 weeks, it has been really stressful over here in this world. And it has been a real emotional roller coaster. Um, Longer to short, we had some people that transitioned out of here. We have a person that has decided that they don't want to um, fight anymore, and so they call hospice. And we have some distraught people left in the wake of that decision. We have some people that's making some decisions that could be better, and and in the middle of that, we got people flying in and out, and we got people driving in and out, and because we got people graduating, that's a lot. And for me, it's a lot on top of the fact that I'm still in the learning curve with the professional part of life. And so, what I found myself doing was trying to handle all of this stuff instead of saying no to some stuff and then just saying God's will be done in all of it. I'm sitting up here trying to figure it out again, And I think that when I waste time trying to figure things out, that I truly, honestly, when I step back and look at it, realize that you don't have the answer to none of this. So why are you wasting your time trying to deal with it when the Lord has already told you to cast your cares upon him because he cares for you? That's what God said. And yet, last week, leading up to Saturday, that whole week, instead of me doing the old thing, which, to me, there's no progress here because I did not eat my feelings like I, used to do more often than not. I didn't eat enough. So again, this is a typical day. Getting up, I'm going to eat breakfast. So I eat breakfast. And it would be something light. It might be boiled egg, piece of fruit, boiled egg, English muffin, something like that. Then lunch will come. I'm too busy. Keep on working straight through lunch. And then in the evening time, when people are getting off from work, you off from work, phone ringing, thoughts whizzing, and all of this stuff. And you just get to thinking, and you, meaning I, just get to thinking that that's the end of the sentence. I just got to thinking. I had an opportunity to get to praying. I had an opportunity to get to, believing. I had an opportunity to do all the things that God's asked me to do, but I just got to thinking. And it didn't solve anything. And it'd be about 7, 8 o'clock at night. And I realized I hadn't eaten anything since when I had that breakfast. So then I'm in here doing something quick. So I'm making like what we used to call a chef salad. And, or either if I had some soup, I'm in here eating some soup. That's not enough calories. And after about day 2 of that, my body is like, what's going on up in here? So couple that with not drinking enough water, and you just got the perfect storm for a 2-pound weight gain. And that's what I did. Plus, not drinking enough water, not flushing your system, body holding on to everything. And so, the body is being as efficient as it can. And I'm the one that's tripping. So when I went to the meeting, I was like, okay, let's go on in here, because I had to fight to go to the meeting. I really did not want to go to my meeting on Saturday. And that's the truth. If I'd have put that video up, y'all have seen it. This is matcha, commercial matcha at that, because I'm being lazy this morning. And really, I said I'm being lazy, but that's not the truth. This morning, and it's 7:40. And I've been home for 40 minutes. And I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. So really and truly, that was a lie. I'm not being lazy. So when I went to the meeting on Saturday, I was glad that I went to the meeting after I got there. And then we got the booklet. That was this one. And go out and play. Now, what y'all didn't hear me say is y'all didn't hear me say nothing about exercise last week, because I was spending too much time in my head to be getting up moving my behind, which is what I should have been doing, because it would have helped to clear my mind, or at least giving me an opportunity to focus on something else, whatever. But now, and that's then and this is now. Because after I left out of the meeting, I sat there and I got to thinking, and this is my little thing. Y'all saw this. And I have a whole lot more of these little booklets, but these are my booklets. And I just decided I'm going to put these things in here, and I am going to keep up with them, and I'm actually going to begin to do the exercises in them instead of skimming over them, because I don't know everything. These people have physicians on their little panel. I'm sure they have psychologists on the panel. They have people that are in the same, linear with me, people that are actually losing weight that they are getting information from. So, like when they beta testing and doing all this stuff and trying to roll out programs and concepts and stuff. And so they have a group that is, it's not like some little, person sitting in the back. What can we talk about this week? Let's talk about, how to put your socks on. That's really not what's going on here. And so I owe it to myself, because I'm paying for this, number one. Number two, because the whole goal is to improve yourself on a global sphere. Looking at yourself from a physical standpoint, looking at yourself from an emotional standpoint. I think you're looking at yourself from a financial standpoint, because when you don't take care of your health, then you're going to end up putting some money out for these prescriptions and for these surgeries and all of this other stuff. And then you're just looking at yourself also over here as it relates to community. Because when you find yourself losing weight, because somebody said something to me Sunday when we were at church, and she said, you looking good. And I just told her thank you, and kept on going. I didn't go into no big old spiel about it, because she's the one person that knows that at church that I am on Weight Watchers. And she just blurted it out, kept on moving, and I told her thanks. But from a community standpoint, I think when we get our bodies in line and our emotional self as it relates to this whole process, that it affects the way that you deal with the community as a whole. And I'm talking about community, I mean the people that you deal with and run into and all of that kind of stuff. That's my version or definition of community. And it forces you to kind of evaluate the way that you do things, but it also makes you look at the way other people respond, because you'll have another opportunity to kind of tweak your feelings, because people do respond to people. I don't care what folks say. I don't care nothing about this current, thing about curvy versus fat and all of this stuff. And then, because it's more acceptable socially to be overweight now, people still treat certain people that are overweight a certain way. The people that are on these, like, I don't know, sales circulars that I get in the mail from Lane Bryant and all of that kind of stuff, that's different than a person with a protruding abdomen and a protruding bum and hips and, 2, 3, facial fat and all of this stuff. Those people are treated different. And you have to be realistic, or I will say that I am realistic about it, because that's still two different worlds. So we really honestly got a different tier on fat acceptance. And that's what basically it is. I mean, from my standpoint, and these are just my thoughts, y'all. But from my standpoint, I just started thinking, I am going to start, honestly, because I remember saying in one of my little self-righteous times, and I said it with an attitude because, I got things that I'm trying to change. And I'm not playing with myself. And I'm not diluting or even sweeping stuff under the rug. I really want to apologize on here if I ever offend anybody, or if I ever say anything that gives people pause or hurts people's feelings or makes them like, ugh, because that's not my intention. Where I'm at now is when I'm doing stuff and the Holy Spirit brings it to my attention, it's up to me to heed the warning. And this is the thing that came to me today when I was out here walking, because I'm just, thinking, you don't know it all. You don't even have no right to be sitting up here acting like you do. And whether it's intentional, which really it wasn't, or it hasn't been, or even if it was for real, the truth of the matter is, I don't know it all. I just don't. And so where I am now is realizing that. So with that, I have decided that what I am going to do is to take these people up on what they're offering. Meaning when they give me these books, I might hear other people on YouTube or elsewhere talking about what the book means to them, but I'm going to make it personal, because that's what this whole process is. This is between me and God. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody out here at all. It has to do with me and God, and Him helping me by using this to get a relationship that makes sense with how I eat and how my emotions have the ability to affect what I do. Because I don't think it's any more healthier to be an exercise fanatic, or to be a person that you go from not doing anything to that's all you do. And I've seen it before. Or being a person that eats everything, and then you go over here and you're afraid to eat, a little dust bunny. How many calories do that dust bunny have? So right now, I just, like I said, keeping up with my books, and I am going to, and have been working in them. Just working through them, looking at them, and just taking whatever it is through the book this week, whatever, and incorporating it. And not just for the week, but just really honestly moving it into what I'm doing, on a lifetime basis, not on a weekly basis. And just building it on. It's just like a tier, like I'm building a better me. And it's not me, it's just me using the tools. I ain't really doing the building. I'm just, taking the information and then, I'm turning it over. I'm doing it. But I'm just saying I'm doing my part. So I have gone back to my writing in my journal and working in them books. And I'll keep y'all posted. And I know like my mood has been real different here lately. And it is just because I have been really, really, really doing a whole lot of examination, self-examination, I should say. And that's all. That's all it is. And I will talk back to y'all later.